I wanted to be like my grandfather. I'm named after my grandfather. I was born in a family who've served and who continue to serve this country. My grandfather worked as an inspector of schools in every district across this country. My grandmother was a nursery school teacher, and when she wasn't teaching, would put pots of water that all the kids walking by can drink in the morning and in the afternoon. My mom worked as a clerk, typist, secretary in the Ministry of Education. My dad was a teacher. I think I was born understanding that our responsibility is to each other, and service was core to what we were raised to believe. And I think it's those elements and attributes that really drive me. My name is David Moinina Sengeh. Some say I'm the youngest chief minister in the world. And I'm also the chief innovation officer for the government of Sierra Leone. The chief minister for Sierra Leone is somebody who sits within the presidency. So there's a vice president, and then there's the president, and then there are other ministers. And the role of a chief minister is really like the chief operating officer for the president. Some might, in other countries, they may link in it to a prime minister. But the job for me and how I receive it is that I remove bottlenecks for my colleagues. I make sure that the things that His Excellency and the Vice President have as priorities and the things that the government have as priorities, I can work with colleague ministers to make sure that we deliver that quickly. I was born in Bo, Sierra Leone. I went to primary school there. I moved to Freetown to study at the Prince of Wales Government Secondary School. And once I finished my senior secondary school exams, I got a scholarship and moved to the Red Cross Nordic United World College in Norway. Spent 2 years there, and I got into Harvard, and I studied engineering at Harvard for my undergraduate. After finishing at Harvard, I moved down the road to MIT, where I did my PhD in biomechatronics engineering. One doesn't apply to be chief minister, but we get lots of experiences that prepare us for this. For me, the biggest experience has been learning from other people who opened doors for me. By the time I was a freshman, I had started an organization, Global Minimum, and led it, and I was managing over $1.5 million as a freshman and sophomore in college. The card was in my pocket. I needed to make sure that those resources were used for people, for children. We had over 1,000 kids who went through entrepreneurship programs in Sierra Leone, Kenya, and South Africa. I used my own money, my personal money, to buy my tickets to come home, even though I was in charge of over $1 million. So when I had to manage 22% of the budget, I knew that it was for the government, it wasn't for me. I have a mentor, Nicholas Negroponte, and who allowed me as a junior in college, third year, to write a concept for a project that was over $10 million, the One Laptop Per Child Volunteer Corps program. We did it in 16 countries, gave everybody over 100 laptops and thousands of dollars. I was part of the team that designed that project. I developed patents, won awards for my inventions, and engaged with multiple other people. Had opportunities to introduce and engage Bill Gates from when I was in college. By the time I finished my education, I'd met President Kagame, who invited me to go and shadow him and work with him in Rwanda. And actually, for a while, every time President Bill and President Kagame met President Bill, said, we stole David. David was supposed to come, and it was a nice joke. between them. So I've had the opportunity to learn from Ellen Johnson Sirleaf when she visited Harvard, President Kagame, and many other people, and really ask them questions about leadership. At age 31, I was asked by His Excellency to come and be the country's first Chief Innovation Officer. I was at IBM Research. At age 33, he asked me to lead the Ministry of Basic and Senior Secondary Education, the country's flagship program, managing 22% of the budget. And today, at 36, he asked me to be the Chief Minister. I didn't just wake up and get here. We've been in government and across government, and we've been able to see how not just me and the teams that I've worked with, but the entire government have delivered and the areas in which we delivered on. My hesitation going into government, and that's the same for most people, is will government change you? You know, there are lots of these people, and government will change you. You'll become corrupt suddenly. You'll become this bad person. Power doesn't change you. Being a leader doesn't change you. It shines light on you, and it amplifies who you truly are. At core, I'm a guy who likes to chill. I'm a guy who likes to engage, who likes to facilitate, give opportunity to other people, enable other people, definitely speak about the things that we're doing to inspire others. And all those things I think are important for my role as Chief Minister. Everybody has different priorities and different leadership styles, but I met things on my table that had been there for 10 months, some for a year. I was able to help fix them in 10 days and in 1 week. I think different priorities, different things. Some of the larger challenges that exist in that portfolio is just figuring out what's our priorities and how do you solve those priorities. Personally, and to be honest, I don't feel pressure. I feel like this is an opportunity for us who've been, as young people, asking for this. I aspire to serve people in any capacity. This is my dream job. My dream job is to be of service to the people, and I'm doing it now, so I'm in cloud nine, and I'm excited about that. My vision for Sierra Leone, for my country, is that we can really eliminate abject poverty, that we can have literacy rates in the 90%, that we can have young people have jobs and live economically sustainable lives. My hope and aspirations for the continent is that we can understand that being young is an asset, an opportunity to transform our various countries. Young people are the power. Young people have the power. Young people will transform our continent. I hope that the continent realizes that one day.